Welcome to Biz Wire. We lead off today on the Maersk line, the world's biggest container shipping company, which is threatening to stop using cleaner fuel at Hong Kong ports from next year if the government doesn't mandate higher quality oil for all carriers berthing in the city. Tim Smith, head of North Asia for Maersk, said without rules, shipping lines that burn polluting fuel benefit from cheaper costs compared with Maersk, which uses a cleaner fuel that is also more expensive. The company and 17 other operators have voluntarily used low sulfur oil for the past 2 years to help curb Hong Kong's pollution, the worst among global financial centers. Smith said government incentives for switching to cleaner fuels for shipping lines calling on the world's third busiest container port, a key contributor to the island's pollution, don't cover additional costs, and the payments are often delayed because of processes. Reverting to dirtier oil will be a blow to Hong Kong Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying's plans to clean up the city, even as residents choke on smog that may be the leading cause of more than 3,000 deaths a year. Smith said that Hong Kong permits ships calling on ports to use fuel that contains up to 3.5% sulfur, while Maersk uses fuel with 0.5% sulfur or less. In comparison, vessels calling on North Sea and Baltic ports must use fuel containing no more than 1% sulfur. Smith said Maersk will continue to use the cleaner fuel until the end of the year while it awaits legislation. In September, the Hong Kong government introduced a 3-year incentive to promote the use of cleaner fuel. According to the plan, ocean-going vessels that switch to fuel containing no more than 0.5% sulfur get a 50% cut in port fees. Smith said the use of cleaner fuel costs Maersk as much as $2 million a year, while the discount in port charges covers only about 40% of the cost of burning the costlier oil. Roberto Gianetta, secretary of the Hong Kong Liner Shipping Association, said some major shipping lines have committed to voluntarily using cleaner fuel this year and are now pushing the government for legislation that makes it mandatory for all ships to use the same standard of fuel. Spokesman for Orient Overseas International, the biggest container line based in the city, said his firm will support the initiative and work with the government toward creating an emission policy. Y.F. Chow, a spokesman for the city's Environmental Protection Department, said the Hong Kong government, along with authorities in mainland China, is exploring options that will make it mandatory for ocean-going ships to switch to cleaner fuel while at berth in the Pearl River Delta waters. About 200,000 vessels called at Hong Kong port in 2011, of which about 30,000 are ocean-going vessels, Marine Department statistics show. According to Civic Exchange, sulfur dioxide emissions from ships would drop by 80% if all shipping lines calling at the port switched to the cleanest fuel available.